I used to be gay. Now, before you ask, no, I wasn't born this way. No traumatic experiences like a perverted uncle or a horrible relationship that made me swear before God I would never fool with another good-for-nothing snake in the grass. So-and-so. Wasn't auditioning for the Bad Girls Club, and hell to the no. Girl power was definitely not my modus operandi. I did the whole Cinderella wedding, 2.5 kids in the house thing. I loved it. I had a tall hunk of a husband. But unfortunately, he mistook the word forsake all others for partake all others in our vows. But now I was single and ready to mingle. After several unsuccessful relationship experiences, to say the least, I gave up. Put it in the hands of the Lord. Like most chicks, I loved hanging with my gay guy friends. We had so much fun, and I take no offense to being called a fag hag. You get all the latest fashion tips. You learn the latest gay slang. And sisters, if you have a gay friend, he will teach you to read. No, not talking about read. I mean read. So when I was asked by one of my gay guy friends to judge a drag queen pageant at a local gay club, I was a bit hesitant. And I even asked him, why'd you pick me for that? He looked at me and said, 'cause bitch, you be giving it to them hoes. Wasn't quite sure about what that meant. We hadn't gotten to the G's in the gay slang. Yeah, but hey, I took it on and took it as a compliment. Now, if you've never been to a gay club before, then you have not partied to your fullest potential. The energy in there is huge. I mean, the music is bumping, the lights are flickering and flashing, ain't nobody sitting down. Everybody's so kissy and smoochy and lovey and huggy. Everybody's dancing and talking. You see a boy, you see a girl. No, that was a girl. And that was a boy. Whoa. 2 girls kissing, wow, 2 boys grinding. You know, it's an experience only for the free at heart. Fortunately, I was raised in the theater, so I was exposed to homosexuality at an early age. I think I even had my first girl crush when I was about 8 or 9. She was a tomboy that played basketball at the rec center, and now I know I just wasn't admiring her jump shot. Now, I've always been called eccentric, never going with the flow. My friends used to say, expect the unexpected from this chick. And it kind of became my personal motto. The different colors in my hair, my outfits, that all made me kind of stand out from the crowd. Now, I arrived at the gay club and the scene was something out of the Birdcage. Amazing costumes, over-the-top wigs and makeup, and the talent was off the charts. Throughout the evening, I noticed a tall, attractive female standing inconspicuously in the corner. We played that look away game all night. You know, the kind when you look at somebody, and then when they look back at you, you look away. I know it's juvenile, right? But that's like the universal dating look thing all over. Don't judge me, I didn't make it up. Well, she finally got the nerve to come over and ask me if she could buy me a drink. I was like, okay, but you know the rule. When someone buys you a drink at the club, they kind of feel like they've rented your ass for the rest of the night. But I was a bit parched, so I accepted. Surprisingly, she didn't even linger. She went right back to her corner and continued being incognito. Now, at this point, I'm checking for a booger in my nose or some broccoli in my teeth because I thought we had a thing going on with this whole look away game, right? But now, I guess the ball's in my court. Do I walk up to her and say something cute like, hey, what's a girl like you doing in a place like this? That would have been stupid, considering her appearance. See, she was a stud. Okay, let me break it down to you. You have your femmes, right? They're like lipstick lesbians. That would be me. Then you have your soft butches, kind of like Ellen and Queen Latifah. I'm sorry, Queen Latifah. Then you have your studs. Okay, they act, dress, walk, and talk like men, but are 100% women underneath. Wasn't expecting any sparks or anything, because, hey, I'm not gay, I'm not gay. I mean, I've had encounters with women before, but, you know, never anything serious. I mean, I did go to college. But nothing, you know, anything serious, just a little girls gone wild stuff, so. But it was something different about this one. We talked until the lights came up. We sat out in the car until the sun came up. From that day forward, she was my first call every morning and my last call at night. Our connection was indescribable. I fell in love with this woman. She gave me what I had been missing in all of my other relationships. She gave me confidence. She gave me compassion. She gave me friendship, admiration, and most importantly, she gave me her heart. We were inseparable. After the honeymoon phase of the relationship, now it's time for shit to get real. Remember the 2 kids? Yeah. Well, they were about 5 or 6 at this time, and I had to have that textbook gay mom talk with them. I was like, you know, mommy has a friend, right? And mommy's friend is a woman, right? Well, we're all gonna be living together as a great big happy family. But what I really had to explain to them that mommy and her friend were very much in love. And people may not like that. They may say horrible things about mommy and you guys. But remember, I love you, we're a family, and no one can break us apart. All my son really wanted to know was where mommy's friend was gonna be sleeping and if he could have another Capri Sun. Now, after clearing it with the kids, it was time to move on to the big dogs. My mama. My mom was not feeling this shit at all. And made it her business every single day to let me know. She tried her best to support me, but I don't think it was just too much for her. We fought all the time. I tried my best to make her feel comfortable, but you know, she was old school. It was sad though, because my mom was like my best friend, but you know, it got to sting a bit to hear her calling me a bulldagger. I lost a few friends, but they were really only the Bible-thumping, hypocritic, bi-curious ones. My true ride-or-die friends, they didn't agree, but they respected it. My brother and my sister, they were like, hey, do you, boo, we love you regardless. And everybody else can suck balls. Now, speaking of balls, this is where it gets tricky. See, when you're dating a stud, they normally take on the male role in the bedroom, minus one major detail. But don't worry, there's a solution. My new love and I went together to pick out the male principle that was missing in our relationship. I mean, all the touching and kissing and licking and grinding was all good, but God damn it, where is the beef? So, got to the toy store and started to make our selection. Now, imagine me placing an order like I was at a restaurant, right? I was like, yeah, let me get you Black and Dick basket, 2 balls, at least 3 nuts, extra firm, and can you supersize that motherfucker for me? All right, they wrapped it up and we were ready to go. We got back home and we started to get hot and heavy. After the licking, it was time for the sticking. Now, she got up and she started buckling and snapping and snatching and pulling and tugging and straightening. I was like, shit. I laid there trying to stay in the mood, but after several minutes of watching her fight with this dildo, I had pretty much checked out. But I was a trooper. She returned to the bed and we started the penetration process. So I get to feeling this slippery, rubbery thing with this bad aim trying to navigate its way into the right spot. It was the most uncomfortable feeling that I had ever felt before. She tried to warm it up by boiling it. But I'm sorry, I was not feeling a penis floating around my Wolfgang Puck cookware set. After a few awkward attempts, it was bye-bye, dildo. And because I was in love with her, it really didn't matter that much. So we stuck to the Skinamax version of lesbian lovemaking. And I could kind of handle that, But what I could not handle was the emotional roller coaster that we were riding. We had been together for about maybe 5 years, and our highs, they were extremely high, but our lows, oh my goodness, they were like low as snake belly. Our lows were low. We tried our best to work on our relationship. We even went to couples counseling. My need to prove to the world, my kids, my family, and myself that I had not rearranged everyone's life for nothing was about all our relationship had to stand on at this point. We were fighting about the dumbest shit. And we started PMSing at the same time. And that will end your relationship with the Almighty God. So we broke up. It was over. The thrill was gone. Now I gotta figure out how to tell everybody that I'm not a lesbo anymore. And I gotta figure out how to peel this rainbow sticker off my car. Does this mean I'm not gay anymore? Does this mean I can't go to any more late night raves? After the rainbow sticker was gone, so were all my feelings about women. Is that possible? To just wake up one morning and bam, no more gay. Right now, I'm in a semi-serious relationship with a man, and I'm just really going with the flow. Now, I'm back to normal. And once again, Mom, you were right. So, I used to be gay. But as I look back at the relationship, there was no difference about the way that I loved her. There was nothing different about the way our commitment was strong for each other. My gay love was warm. My gay love was endearing. My gay love had its ups and downs. But you know what I really learned? Gay was what society called me. What I would say is, I used to be in love.